Hey everybody, welcome back to A Match Made in Heaven, Eternal Love Forever. Now I'm going to sit this next to this phone, but there's some wacky weather going on right now in Oklahoma, so if you hear it go off and mention tornado warnings, it's not here, it's in Oklahoma. So I just wanted to heads up warn you, because like I said, I follow weather everywhere for the magnets that get attacked all the time. So yeah, because we're going to do some cleaning over here. We're going to be cleaning out some mugs for far out. Whew. And this one smells like a maple syrup factory. Whew. No comment out of a peanut gallery over here, Miss Sunshine. You gotta get mugs cleaned out for far out because I have to do some demonstration. Come on, you goon. My friend Taylor would say, you goon. Where is the damn... Okay, I have to use... here's the sponge. Jeez. Come on, you goon. Let go of it. Come on. I have to use the whole sponge to wipe everything. There, finally. Come on, stupid. Gosh darn it, you damn. I thought I had you rinsed. No, come on. Yes, I yell at stuff when it doesn't do what I want it to do. Alright, now I can wipe it with a paper towel. I don't have, or a napkin, because I don't have any towels left. I do, but they're buried, and I'm not going to dig them out. So I just wanted, like I said, I just wanted to warn you guys in advance because I don't want anybody being alarmed. Because we got nocturnal snakes running around, sounds like. It's kind of evening slash overnight type stuff. So in the morning, and yeah. So I'm going to put this up here. Oops. No. I'm just going to leave that open. We're going to put some more soap in. Whew, you can smell the raspberry in that baby. And that shit is nasty. I'm gonna say it straight up. That raspberry was gross. That raspberry coffee is totally freaking nasty. Gotta pull that down just a little bit. That's hot. I need it hot, but I don't want it that damn hot. I don't want to burn my fingers. And I actually have an update for those on Far Out about the stuff. I can't wait to tell it. Yeah, it's interesting what I found out. You know, it's an update none of us were expecting. No. Excellent. It was something we were not expecting. Neither of us were expecting. Me and Christy had all these ideas about something, and we weren't expecting the outcome that we got. No. We did not expect the results that we got yesterday after we got off the recording. And there's that. That in there. One more mug. And then we have to wash out the coffee, or the chocolate. Because we're going to be doing some demonstrations today. We want to make sure the coffee pot's clean. Probably a cat slamming the chair against the wall. Alright, we got the mugs done. I'm going to wipe this one out. And we'll get the coffee pot washed out next. But I want to make sure I get this mug wiped out real good. Because you always, always, always want your mugs to be clean. Because if they're not, your coffee's going to taste like soap. Trust me, it's nasty. And that was the strawberry mug, it smells like. I still have another mug that's in the fridge, but it needs a drink out of it. Alright, there's that. All those mugs are washed. Now, we gotta grab the coffee pot over here and wash it out. This needs washed out too. Clancy, honey, what are you doing, sir? Because we want it cleaned out. We don't want it to be gross. And like I said, always rinse it to the fullest. Because you do not want your coffee to taste like soap. Blech. And then I'll just hang out with you for a bit, maybe make a lemonade. Well, I'm not gonna make a lemonade because I'm gonna be making coffee in a little bit, so we'll just chat for a bit. Got that washed out. Yay! Alright. Because like I said, you got to get that stuff cleaned out. But I had discovered something recently. And like I said, if you follow me over on Far Out, you will discover it with us today. Because, yeah. you're going to discover it right along with us. And if you're not following us over there, please feel free to go over and subscribe if you are a coffee fan. Now, there have been a couple of things, or I have done... There you go, Ellis. There's your pot back. That's the name of my coffee pot, by the way. I will explain that. Because people are probably going, what the hell? So I will explain that also. Just in case I ever have to, say that on Far Out. I better explain that on there. But basically I name all of my appliances after males, namely video game characters anymore, because it's just a habit that I got into when I was younger because of being hurt by guys all the time. My therapist, the amazing Bill Martin, I will call him out by name. He was awesome. He was actually a colonel in the Army. And, you know, he was an awesome, is, always will be the best therapist I ever had. That's why I won't go to counseling anymore, you guys, for mental health, because nobody could compete with Bill. Not even close. And so basically, because of all the stuff I'd gone through in my life, I won't get into details, but a lot of stuff I went through, I didn't trust men. And at that time, this was years ago, and a guy actually got offended by this. And I'm like, dude, if you had been, okay, I'm just going to come out and say this, sexually abused or physically abused or anything, you wouldn't trust your own gender either. You know, or if you were sexually abused by a woman or physically abused by a woman or verbally abused by a woman, you wouldn't trust, you know, that gender. And if you say you would, then you have a problem, sir. Because back then I thought all guys were bad. And this was years ago, mind you. This wasn't now. Okay, when I told this man this was a couple of years ago, and I said, this was years ago. This isn't now. I don't feel that way now. And he was still offended that I felt that way years ago. And I'm like, dude, so you're telling me that I should have just trusted every single guy in the universe after being, you know, abused by men? No. I don't think so. And, you know, I've been, you know, a lot of mine was, you know, dealing with being played, being physically, you know, the whole 9 yards, to be honest with you. And so it was just, you know, it was bad. I just didn't trust guys. And so the guy taught me to name my appliances after men. Because if you think about it, you have to trust a crock pot If you walk away from it, you have to trust it to cook the food properly. You have to trust an air fryer. You have to trust. And I'm like, I never thought of it that way. The bread machine. I had to think of the other one that I had at the time. You have to trust it. I didn't have an air fryer back then, but now I definitely have to trust that one. And so it was like you had to trust. And I never thought of it that way. And I still do it. Not that I don't trust guys, but I still do that. I still name it after guys. I still take his advice, except I changed it a little bit now. I don't just name it after men. I name them after video game characters. Well, one was a video game character, but also I named it after him. I named it after Bill, and that's my air fryer. But yeah, so, just in case anybody is curious why I was, talking about Ellis. Ellis is a character in the video game Left 4 Dead. He's one of the survivors. Then my Keurig is Coach, except it's a K. Coach is a C, but, the K iced is going to be Nick. Because Keurig's, the reason I'm going to name it Nick is because Keurigs can be crazy. And Nick, both Nicks that I know are freaking crazy. Yeah, they are. So, Now, if it gives me attitude, it's definitely Nick. Meaning Survivor Nick. Definitely. Right here, right now. It's definitely Nick. Nicholas! I can get away with going, Nicholas! And Nick Vogt will know that I'm not aiming that at him. He'll know I'm aiming it at the Keurig. Then by the way, speaking of the Nicholas thing, when I said that Nicholas was Nick's evil twin, he thought that was funny. He laughed at me for that. Because see, Nick's real name is Nicholas, of course, and he doesn't like it. And I said, well, Nick, Nicholas is your evil twin. That's what I was saying on, I think it was, I'm wanting to say it was Far Out where I said it. It was either here or Far Out. I can't remember. It was one of the two. I can't remember now. But I joked and said Nicholas is Nick Vogt's evil twin. And he thought it was freaking funny. He laughed at me. He's like, that was a good one. I'm like, well, I was like, that's a way for you not to hate your name as bad as that's your evil twin. Just like my karaoke name is my evil twin. There you go. Oh, there you go. But yeah, so that's what happened there. We have fun with it. We have a lot of fun with it. What would Nana's evil twin be? Her real name? No. Her evil twin would be Rocket. Rocket. Oh, Rocky and Rocket. I love it. Yeah, Rocket. She's gonna kill me later because she's at her alumni thing this weekend. When she sees that, she's gonna kill me. Oh, shoot. I had to think fast because she's one that hates her real name. So no, her evil twin wouldn't be her real name. That would only be her if she gets really, really mad. That's when that part comes out. And she'll use that name if she has to, but she won't. It's the Rocky Rod. There you go. Oh, man. I'm over here wiping my eyes because my eyes are watered. It's morning. My eyes water. Ugh. Yikes. But, yeah, we're just chilling. I'm just hanging out chatting with y'all for a bit before I start working on the demonstrations for Far Out, because I got to get those recorded. That way Nick can't get me roasted. Nope, that's the deal. He cannot get you roasted if the demonstrations are up. Yep. He can only roast me or get me roasted if it even does it. See, that's the thing too. It might not, because if somebody else has a better one, it'll pick that one. So haha, Nick. Anyway. But you can't do it anyway unless I don't have the demonstrations up. So I'm going to make sure the demonstrations are up so you can't do that. See how that works? That's the pact. That's the deal on Far Out. So haha. Yep. And we're doing a new feature over there where it's not just taste tests and stuff. It's me having a cup of coffee and chatting. Scarlett's Coffee Lounge. Yeah, she named it. Christy named it. So that's what we're going to call the playlist. And then we'll put those up there. That way, just break up the monotony of the tests sometimes, the taste tests sometimes. Because there's going to be a hell of a bunch of them. And it sounds like even more than I thought. Because of what I discovered yesterday. Oh my God. It sounds like it's even more than I thought. It sounds like, all I'm going to say is the one box, at least the one box for sure, sounds like it's every cup is different. Oh my God. So if you want details on what I'm talking about, please feel free to go over to Far Out World of Coffee Creations and check it out. It's going to be on the Keurig demonstration. I'm going to talk about it because it's like, oh my God. It sounds like that's why something made me do that feature, Scarlett's Coffee Lounge, because I don't know what possessed me. When I seen, basically, I'll give you the gist of what happened. And then you can go over to Far Out and hear the whole rest of the story. So basically, my staff, Lisa, came over. My sister, basically my adopted sister. She came over Thursday night. Was it Thursday? Wait, Wednesday. Might have been Wednesday. And she cleaned the air fryer out for me because I didn't want to get grease everywhere. Because I was making sausages and stuff in it. Because my bio had convinced me to try to do that. Well, basically what happened was she read me the tops of some of my K-cups. And basically it was confusing because I saw s'mores, I saw butter pecan, there was a question mark, which who knows what the hell that is. That is a complete blind taste test. So definitely, if you want to see some crazy shit going on, that you better tune into that one because, oh my gosh, it's going to be hella crazy in the next few weeks. And then there was some weird, I'm not even going to try to say it or I would hurt myself name. And I'm like, what the freaking hell? Because I was looking at the Friendly's flavored ice cream. Because that's what I thought it was. I thought it was a box of, I thought it was one brand and a variety pack, right? And I'm like, okay, if this is false advertising, that's not good. So Christy thought, okay, maybe Aunt Lisa was giving me a different name because their version of it, Friendly's, is chocolate marshmallow swirl. And she thought, okay, maybe Aunt Lisa was just reading it in a different way so that people wouldn't be confused. Yeah. Then I thought it was possibly that Friendly's was putting it in and naming it something different to throw up off. Yeah. And then, we were thinking, other things. We had other ideas. But there was one idea we did not think of. And that's where I'm not going to tell you the rest. You need to go over to Far Out and find out what was said, what we found out. And let me tell you, it was a shock and a half to discover. I had no idea what was coming. When my mom threw me a fastball that I was not prepared for. So let's just say now I definitely have no freaking idea what's in there. At all. Yeah. It's definitely, please feel free to go over and check it out, because you guys will find out how crazy it's going to get. And I mean, it's going to get cray-cray over there. Majorly cray-cray. Because now I can start the tests because I discovered the secret. I thought Lisa was, joking a little bit, or, making it easier on people. No. She was reading legit what was said on the K-Pod. There was no joke at all. So, yeah. No. But yeah, it's gonna be cray-cray over there. Big time cray-cray over there. Cause there is some crazy shit in them boxes. Oh my God. All I can say is Lord help us all on Far Out. Because Nick, when you said Far Out, my brother dear, you were not lying whatsoever. When you said I was going to be doing some Far Out shit, you were not lying, my little brother dear. Yikes. All I can say is yikes. And my mom's like, well, honey, you told me, variety. Yeah, I didn't realize it was like this, though. Because like I said, I thought it was a variety pack of one particular brand. That should kind of give you a hint on what's happening here. If not, like I said, go over there and you'll hear in graphic detail what's going on. Because, yeah, it's insane. It is freaking insane. What cup are you going to use? What K-Pod over there for this? I do not freaking know. Oh my Jesus. Yikes. Probably sugar cookie, actually, because I need to use that creamer up. That's what I'll probably do, a sugar cookie one. Because, yeah. Let's get that sugar cookie, baby. Get that used up. Because, yeah, about that, Because, yeah, oh my goodness, that was just insane, y'all. Just insane. I wasn't expecting what my mom told me. And I'm assuming all 4 boxes are this way, so I'm like, oh shit. I'm assuming all 4 boxes are like this. If not, some of them are. So, oh my God. So I'm not gonna know a lot of stuff that I usually know. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't be able to give much detail on where it came from technically. So yeah. Oh my gosh. That's insane. That's just insane. I'm like, holy crap. Because luckily I'm doing this with a double and not a single. Because, yeah, I'm glad I decided to start doing the taste test with the doubles. Because, yeah, what I discovered, yeah. I'm just stunned. I'm floored. I've got more taste tests, let's just say, y'all, than I thought I had. Which is why the Lord, I think, moved me to do the lounge and break it up. I might have to get Lonzy involved now, honestly, and do the chats with me. Because I'm going to need to break it up big time. So I'm going to have to get Alonzo Harris involved in this. Because if I don't, I'm going to have them just going, oh my God, there's taste tests everywhere. And you'll understand why. So I'm going to have to probably drag Lonzy in on my channel especially. Even if he doesn't want to do it on his, I'm going to have to get him to help me on mine. To break up all these taste tests. Because like I said, there's more than I thought. So yeah. So we might get the blind coffee man to join us. So if you know, and then I'll just tell him to tell his viewers, hey, if you guys want to see me over there just random talking, come on over there. Because I might have to get him involved in this because, oh my gosh. Because yikes. I was not prepared for that. Yikes. Anyway, folks, I will be back later this evening with another Sunset Serenade. I'm going to put this as a Sunset Serenade because it's at night anyway. So I will be back later and I'm going to do these demonstrations and get this crazy tidbit of information revealed. And we will see you soon here on Match Made in Heaven, Eternal Love Forever. Whew! I'm already wore out and I haven't even started the taste tests. Oh my gosh. So stick around, folks, because boy, oh boy, do we have a hella mess over there. So, like I said, if you are a coffee fan, or even if you are just in the mood to watch something crazy, come over to the Far Out World of Coffee Creations, because it's going to get cray-cray over there real fast. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for listening, and God bless.